Hey everybody, this is Grace, and this is the second video I'm making for this channel on my life, basically, with an adrenal disorder. It is called, and I'm looking at the paper, adrenal, I would say it's pronounced myelolipoma. Okay, I think I wrote it down right. Anyway, I was just diagnosed again. Today is July 5th, 2021. It was diagnosed again 2 days ago, evening. When I was in the ER hospital for a different reason, but they did a CT scan and it was diagnosed. Now, I was first diagnosed in the year 2000 from a CT scan, and again in 2004 from a CT scan. Now, I want to talk about the first doctor that was told that I have this adrenal disorder. Okay, and that was back to did I say 2020? I meant 2000. Okay, the year 2000 was when it was first diagnosed, again in 2004, and just now again in 2021. Okay, now back in 2000, I had been in the hospital, drove myself to the hospital, not knowing that I had pancreatitis. And they had tried me on a medication that was a mix of, well, it was different medication, and I had been taking pills, metformin, since, when? Can't remember what year that was, 1998. But they had given me another one to take. And that other one, I cannot remember the name of it, that was a long time ago, apparently gave me, assisted in me developing pancreatitis. I remember the pain in the stomach, the awful pain, and so many things, but one of the things that I found out later on, which I'm not a healthcare professional provider, so none of this is any kind of healthcare. Don't take my word on it. Read the disclaimer and the disclaimers in the description box below this video on YouTube. But anyway, one of the things it seems like I cannot eat is mint, or black chocolate mint with mint. Mint flavored black mints. Okay, golly. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can get this out today. But anyway, that first doctor, now I was in the hospital with pancreatitis. They did a CT, and when they did the CT, they found that I have this, what they would tell me, they would barely ever tell me anything about it. It was like pulling teeth to try to get any information out about it. Even the CT scan, I got a result of the one in 2004, and all it said was an anomaly on the adrenal gland. Only an anomaly 1? Adrenal gland 1? Okay, I don't know. But the one I got this, just a couple days ago, said that I have it on both sides. Okay, and they weren't looking for that. Well, it could have been. That's going to be mixed in all these videos I'm going to make about this. But that first doctor, okay, my camera might get hot because the sun is out. So right now it's 89 degrees here in Texas. Okay, that would be this part of Texas that I'm in. Okay, north of Dallas in the suburb. Anyway, the first doctor, okay, it was a woman. And I remember, that's a long time ago, 21 years ago. But I do remember they said, to follow up with this doctor because of, how, I don't know if the doctors where you are, they barely give you any information. It's like it's all such a secret. Follow up with this doctor. I still have this experience to this day. Now, I do remember the feelings. I don't remember, of course, exact words, how it was put and everything else. But anyway, I go to see this doctor, and she wasn't really dressed like a doctor. I remember what she looked like because that's important to what she said. But she was a big woman, probably, maybe 10, 15 years older than I at the time. And she was, I'm not a healthcare professional, remember, but she was basically fat all over. Okay, now I'm saying that on purpose because with what I have, I'm not fat all over. And I noticed those things for years. I dieted. I wrote a diary entry when I was a kid, probably 12, 13 years old, and I found it when I was an adult, the whole thing, and it was saying I really have to lose this weight. Okay, I was never going to lose this weight, as I was told by an endocrinologist. After this one, okay, Now, they told me to go see this doctor. Went to see her, and she was so unbelievably rude and angry. I'm not kidding. This is what I remember. And I remember having a thought something along the line of, she's jealous because she's overweight, and it's because she won't go on a diet and stay on a diet. She's angry because the things I remember, like I said, I can't do it verbatim, but her saying was that, looking at me with such disdain, like she was jealous, okay? That, I actually have one of those when there's so many other women, like as if all these other women were so deserving and I was not. This is something to be deserving of? No. But they say that they have an adrenal disorder, but they don't. They just wish that they did. Now I made that comment in that first video that I don't remember, but I did remember this, that I'd heard something like that from her, but I've heard it since then. I cannot remember where or what, but it being a stereotype, people say, oh, any woman that says she has an adrenal disorder, she's actually lying. She just doesn't want to pull herself away from the table, push herself away from the table. She doesn't want to diet. And believe me, myself, my experiences with doctors since after the 2004 is, and I've moved around a bit, saw many different kind of doctors, many different kind of health care professionals, and when I would say that I have an adrenal disorder, they gave me that right kind of attitude. They didn't say the words, they gave me the attitude. Okay, even this ER visit I had just the other day, a couple of days ago, I got that impression. I'm a social and behavioral scientist. I've mentioned that in the other video. Yeah, I was a career student. I taught at college and university. I have a clue. Okay, a big clue. But anyway, her attitude, that doctor's, was so over the top. Anger, resentment even, like. I remember those strong feelings, emotions, behaviors, all that kind of stuff from her. And I never went back to her. I don't think I did, ever. I found somebody, more professional. And, that was definitely a conflict of interest for her. She has such a resentment toward people who actually do have an adrenal disorder that doesn't allow them to lose weight, and that they'll always be overweight. Things have changed since then with that, what I'm hearing, okay? I'm not a healthcare professional. I don't know. I don't know how it changes and what will change for me. But anyway, now that is bad enough. But since then, basically, like I say, they run, too many of them have, not all doctors in the world, not all healthcare professionals in the world would do it. But there's running under this assumption when you need to go by facts, not assumptions, facts. And I'm a person who believes you need to go by facts. That's why I say I'm not a healthcare professional provider. I cannot say this is the fact, but I can't, just something like that. But I can say this is the fact of what they showed me on the CT scan, what they did, what the results were. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, and I just, it was bad. So bad, being, not even understanding it. That was the year 2000, not really understanding at all. But I had already always suspected something wasn't right with me, because all that dieting since I was 12, 13 years old, starting then, all the diets doctors had put me on, nothing worked. And people would say, you eat like a bird. Why are you so big? Some people, they're just not very, they're just low lives. I didn't say low class, low life like that. They just say whatever they think. They're grown up, well, they're not grown ups, adult bullies. They just say it. And I'm not actually all that fat, okay? That's what some people would say. Well, you're not fat, it's just that you're tall. I'm tall, and my shoulder width is large for a woman. I've always been female. So somebody actually asked me that one time. It was on, you know, one of those trolls on YouTube. It was when I first started, and something like that. Then I know that there are trolls that do that to a lot of women, so I'm not the only one. But yes, I've always been female, and you know, so basically this here it was. This, let's get back to this doctor thing. Just being rude, hateful. You know, here is a patient, totally confused, wants to get some information. What does this mean? Had no idea that's why I was going there in the first place, because you know it's also secretive. And being practically, you know, verbally abused, emotionally abused by this doctor. Because I had the unlucky, but she considered it lucky, unlucky to have this disorder. This disorder is no fun. I've had to spend my lifetime not eating what I would like to eat. Really, I have to monitor daily what I eat. And I'm not perfect. I am human. I'm not perfect. But like I remember years ago saying, I go into a store, and of course I don't know the actual percentage, but I'd go in a store and say, 90% of this stuff, you know, grocery store, I can't buy. 90% of it I can't buy. Of course, I don't know that it's 90%, like I said. But it was like, I know that I can't get most of this stuff because of my health. Okay, my diabetes is type 2. It's been out of control for a lot of years. Cannot get any of these doctors to listen, you know, that I've seen. And I keep telling them, I need you to teach me how to give myself insulin. Teach me, you know, because I have this adrenal disorder. Well, they won't even go and get the, you know, order the results from the CTs they don't want to think that what they would say is just diet and exercise and you'll lose that weight. Well, given all that, I need to know where would I use my, you know, inject myself, exactly where. I had actually went and got insulin. They told me to ask the pharmacist. Well, the pharmacist only showed me how to insert the insulin, of course, into the needle and all that. But I needed them to actually show me on my body, since I have an adrenal disorder, where would I inject it? And it says injected on this, you know. And I said, oh, I guess I have to watch YouTube videos. And I watched, you know, this one guy. And it's like, I have an adrenal disorder. It's a little bit different. It's a lot of bit different. Okay. But mine all feels like muscle. Okay. And also, so much to that. But it's caused me so many problems. And my first introduction to it was that, I'm going to use this word, bitch. Jealous bitch. How can, I hope she lost her license at some point, you know, because of her attitude. But after that, oh, there it goes. Okay, my camera got hot and shut off, so I think I'll just go ahead and wrap this video up. But that was my first introduction to, you know, the fact that it's something I suspected since I was a child in sociology, in a social science class. The teacher showed us this thing, social science, in 7th grade. I remember it because I said, that seems like me. And maybe that teacher actually showed me that because, yeah, she showed the whole class, you know. But I remember thinking, yeah. So anyway, I always suspected it wasn't normal to try so hard to follow diets to a T and it never worked. To not be like other people, like I have 4 siblings, not be like any of them, you know, as far as that's concerned. The body shape, you know, different. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to get hot again. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.